सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Hari Om to all of you. So the introduction took some time, and of course when a CIRS student starts speaking, all of you can see he cannot stop. It is not his mistake. It is the impact that CIRS creates on every child who is there in CIRS. So this we hear all over the world. This we hear from everybody. So recently there was one CIRS alumni who had come with his wife. And that wife was asking me, what do you do? What do you do to children in CIRS? The only thing that he has to talk to me of interest is his experience in CIRS. He has nothing else to talk to me. And this is what keeps going on. So I'm very, very happy that this is the impact that the children are able to experience. This is not just because of the people who are sitting here today. CIRS was instituted in 1996, and great stalwarts in education have been the pillars of this great institution. And we have had principals, we've had teachers, we've had directors who have really invested their time, invested their thought, invested their spirit, and created different programs, different feelings which have been created, and that is what we see today in these 27 years that CIRS has been here. And we're very happy to see how our alumni have flowered, have grown, and have come up. So in the short time that I have right now, after the different speeches, of course I had thought of a little longer topic, but then we will always make it short. You know, in our philosophy, in Vedanta, or in Indian thought, there is this one very powerful word, and that is called mantra. And this word called mantra has the power to transform people's lives. So it could be one word, but what is a mantra? Mantra is not just the word, mantra is a thought. And mantra as a thought, it is a powerful idea. And when that idea, which is so powerful, is repeated in our mind, it has the power to change the complete pattern of thinking in our mind, and through our mind, it has the power to change the character of our being. And examples of this we have seen innumerably displayed in all our Shastras. Starting from the great Valmiki Rishi, who was earlier supposed to be a dacoit, changed into a great Rishi. Just by the power of one mantra, Rama, 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 and he transformed. Same way the great Tulsidas ji took up the upasana of Rama mantra, and then he transformed. Hanumanji vouches his entire transformation from being an ordinary person to being who he is from this mantra called Rama. So just one word is enough, and it has the potency and the power to transform our entire being into greatness. So what does it say? It tells all of us that each of us should have one transforming idea in our own lives. Swami Vivekananda says, hold on to one idea in your life and let that one idea transform your entire life. All the great masters of India have said one thing, and that is that we build our lives. The responsibility of living our lives and building our future lies completely with us. In fact, the word Shraddha
called faith has different components. Swami Vivekananda says the one who has no faith in themselves, faith in God will have no effect on them. What is the use of faith in God if they have no faith in themselves? The masters said that we make our destiny. So therefore, to take one idea in our lives, and if we can dedicate our lives to that one idea, then our lives transforms. So last Anandotsav, we saw 3 ideas. One was yajna, second was dana, and the third was tapas. So this short time, we will see one idea. And the idea is a very, very, very powerful idea, and that is spoken about in the Rig Veda itself. In Rig Veda, there is a hymn dedicated to this idea. The Rig Veda hymn is called Aikya Matta Sukta, the praise of togetherness. Sangha means togetherness. And this idea of togetherness has been given such importance in the Rig Veda from the Vedic times. Because the great rishis knew if a culture has to create great people, then it can be done only when there is an environment created where such great people can rise. And that environment is created as a totality. Not when one individual is practicing something, but when a group of individuals, when the entire society's aspiration is for greatness, in that society anybody is born, grows in the culture of greatness. And therefore this idea of Sangha, togetherness, has been given such importance. So the mantra goes, Sangachadvam. Sangachadvam means let us walk together. Such an important idea. Just imagine an entire nation. Swami Chinmayananji, while mentioning about the idea of a nation, he used to differentiate that from the idea of a country. The country is a geographical space where a lot of people are living. That's a country. So that way we have a country. But when does a country transform to become a nation? That transformation happens when there is a single ideal that unites the aspiration and inspiration of the people of that particular place and brings them together as one, then that country transforms into a nation. And such a nation which has been inspired by one single idea, where everybody is working towards that one single aspiration, such a country's achievement of that goal can never be stopped. We saw that it was in 1932 that as a political ambition, Swarajya was declared. Before that, we did not declare that as a political ambition, though there were great stalwarts who said, yes, we should get full independence. But when Swarajya is my birthright and we shall have it, resonated in every heart in every Indian. The power of that was so high that within 15 years, what was not achieved in 150 years was achieved in 15 years. The power of togetherness. So anybody who does not wish progress of a particular nation, does not wish progress of a particular institution, that person, what they do is they create confusion, they create division in that particular nation or that institution. Because where there is infighting, in fact in the Mahabharata, there is the beginning of the Mahabharata in Adi Parva, there is a discussion. And in that discussion, there are certain verses which is saying or which is talking against partition. They are saying two brothers should never ever divide their properties. These are the verses which are talked about in the Mahabharata. They say two brothers should not divide their properties because division of properties come when karma, when desire rises above unity. And when desire brings fissure in the unity in that family breaks. And a divided family is a weaker family. These are the discussions which the Mahabharata, that the Rig Veda and our scriptures talk about. Just imagine, as a family, are we moving together with a great aspiration? What is the aspiration? That all of us speak together as one family at the dining table. What is the aspiration? That all of us follow on a Sunday as the family members. That is an inspired family. And from such families rise great children to become greater. Sangachadvam is the word. Let us work together, not divided. Samvadadvam is the second word. Vada means to speak. Let us speak in one tone, in one spirit. Because what we speak is going to impact what is going to happen. So the power of the speech, all of us know that propaganda is also through speech. So it is very, very important that we speak what is truth and we speak what is good for the nation. And when there is something wrong that is being spoken, it is important to speak against what is wrong. Because whatever is spoken becomes the thought in the listener. And therefore it is said, samvadadvam, together in one tone, let us speak. In physics, there is this term called resonance. So when the frequency is matched, it becomes amplified. And it is said that soldiers, when they march on a bridge, if they march in unison, what happens? The vibration created is so powerful and the resonance created is so powerful that the bridge may break. So they do not march on a bridge. That is the power that togetherness can bring. So in the family, let the father, let the mother, let the grandfather, let the grandmother, let everybody speak in one voice. In fact, this is a principle which I've heard that Japanese companies follow assiduously. Until everybody who's involved in a project, right from the manager to the worker, is convinced about the project and how it will be executed, they talk about it. They speak and speak and speak until everybody has come into one single thought, and together, in that togetherness, what happens? Power comes and they execute, and what they execute becomes great. So thus it is said, Sam vadadvam, let us speak in one voice. First of all, to speak is important. And second, to speak in one voice is very important. And third, it is said that this action together and speech together will happen when the minds are together. Samvo manam sijanatam. Let us realize this when our minds become one, when the thought becomes one. To bring the right thought into our society. Because the thought is the root of the society, from which words come, from which actions happen. So, as people of influence who are sitting right here, let us inspire good thought. Let our institutions become places where the workers bring out great thought. I visited one of the big companies in Surat, one of the diamond merchants. I was stunned to see what they are doing. They have 7,000 workers who are working in their companies, which means almost 7,000 families are with them. And the principles and policies that they have followed has made it happen that not even one of their workers are into alcohol, are into cigarette smoking, or into tobacco. Not even one of the 7,000 workers, which means 7,000 families they have impacted through their vision, through their thought, and all of them are working in unison in that amazing place. We have the power of influence, and with that power of influence, when we inspire great thought in that place, greatness manifests. So let us come together in one thought. And how is it possible that we come together in one thought? The next line says, Yatha Devaha. Just as the gods have performed earlier, so too may you perform. The gods have set examples for us. No doubt, in the scriptures there are examples given, but for us in our country, there are living, inspiring examples. Let those great examples of great people who have achieved become the inspiration for all of us. This is the life that we have given to us with great opportunities. And to live this life of great inspiration with a great goal, because it is possible for us to achieve that goal, and leave this place a better place for the future, that is a responsibility that each of us have, and that calls for unity, and that calls for a higher vision. So the mantra says, Sangachadvam, Samvadadvam, Samvo Manamsi Chetasam. The mantra that we chant every day in CIRS. The prayer is not individual, the prayer is together. It says, Saha Navavatu. May the Lord protect us together. Sahanau Bhunattu. May we be nourished together. Subramanya Bharatiyar, in one of his lines, he says, even if one person in our country has to starve, let this entire country be destroyed. There has to be not even one person who's starving in this country. Look at the vision. Together we have to rise. And that is Ramarajya, where every member of the society gets the opportunity to prosper, every member of the society gets the ability to rise. And in such nobility and such great vision, we can achieve success. So let us think of this one particular word, togetherness, Sangha. And in this togetherness, in the family, with shared vision, with shared expression through speech, and through shared action. Let our families rise, and let our society rise, through which the nation can rise. And in this rise of our nation in nobility, we will show the world a greater, prosperous well-being that the world is looking for, and that will make us the true Vishwaguru that we were to the entire world. So together, may we all rise. Thank you very much. Hari Om.